I want the organizers not to call an old man. You will never stop talking. They gave me 18 minutes. I decided to talk 18 hours. Before, when did I start talking? I started talking in 1959 when I joined this college as a graduate for undergraduation. It was the first I studied. 1964 I passed out, joined Air Force as a technical officer, and 65 finished the training and went to the field units. Next 6 years, I had a whale of a time. 65 there was a war with Pakistan, and 71 there was a war with Pakistan. Those 6 years I had a great time because during wartime there are very few rules and regulations. We have to keep the aeroplanes flying. At the end of 71, that is in the beginning of 72, there was a despondency. What do I do with my life? There is not much of a excitement. Therefore, I was looking there, and far beyond in the horizon, beginning of 72, I found a strange animal called computers, hardware, software, systems. And I asked Air Force, "Sir, can I go and work there?" He said, "No. Why should you go there? What does Air Force get if you go there?" Then I realized my first lesson was that when you want to go towards the horizon, you have to add value to the existing system. To add the value to the existing system, you have to go better. You have to reskill, upskill, things like that. Therefore, I worked hard, very hard for the next 5-6 years, and after that, finished my MTech in IIT Kharagpur, learned computers, controls, everything. Then I was posted to Air Headquarters in Delhi. I got a bolt again. Air Headquarters is a file-pushing job. I didn't want to do that. Then I asked her, I know that I was going towards the horizon. Then there must be a stepping stone. There was a stepping stone called for Jaguar Cell. They were introducing Jaguar fighter aeroplanes, very modern aeroplanes. Even now they are flying. They were removing the old systems and putting the new systems on. They were designing the whole navigation and attack systems, avionics. Very big call in those days. And I went to that place and I asked the commander, "Sir, can I work?" He said, "Who are you?" "Sir, I am so-and-so, so-and-so. I am this, I am that, everything." Anyway, I sold myself. Then he had a problem. He gave me 4 big books. He said, "Young man, I am supposed to go and talk to the ministry and get 40 crores for this project. And I can't read 4 books. Can you make a small précis out of it and give it?" I worked for 4 days. I myself didn't know what was avionics, what was a head-up display, head-down display, radio altimeter, none of them. Then I said, anyway, I worked hard. After 4 days, I gave a 2 pages report to the commander. He said, "Bloody fool. Do you think when I go to the ministry, they will listen to me for 2 pages? I want 4 lines. Therefore, 4 pages became 4 lines. Therefore, my first horizon was avionics. And then I was selected to lead the team, design team, in 4 countries, France, UK, Italy, and India. Then I stayed there in France. And when I went there, many more people all the other teammates were doing design. I said, "What the hell, where am I now? Where is my horizon?" Then I realized, I know I was going towards the horizon. I have to look for the next stepping stone. Therefore, the next stepping stone, I realized my own work. I was looking after the weapon accuracy systems, weapon systems. Therefore, in those days, if you drop a bomb within 250 meters accuracy, it was supposed to be great. I said, "Why don't we do it in 0? Of course, everybody laughed at me. When everybody laughed at me, I said, "Nothing doing, we'll do that." Next 2-3 years, we worked. And at the end of 3 years, what we did was, in a simulation, we have proven that it is less than 5 meters. Everybody, whole world sat up and looked, hey, these guys are doing something. We came back to India, finished the modification of the job, aeroplanes, removed the old systems and put a new system which were designed. Taste of the pudding lies in eating. Therefore, then you have to drop the bomb and actually find out, isn't it? Therefore, we created a range, for bombing range, did a tracking system, everything. We dropped the bomb, and the first bomb drop was 2 meters. And then, that is then by next 100 bombs fell within 5 meters. That is a world record, ladies and gentlemen. Even today, 40 years later, that world record is not broken still. I'm very proud about it. And also I realized during this time, you have to learn everything around your goal. Not only go vertical, you also have to go horizontal in your knowledge. Then I thought, enough is enough, nothing with these things. I left Air Force at a very old age of 42. There are not many jobs available in those days. I'm talking about 1987. Nobody would understand. I did big avionics software. In India, there was no software in those days. Then something very strange happened. The guy who wrote the algorithm for my world record, he was first managing director of Motorola in India. He was looking for a general manager. I could easily go there as a general manager. And within 2 days, I told him, George, jamta nahi hai. I'm not very much interested in what you are talking. He said, no. All the hardware, software, everybody will be doing it. But you should develop the maturity of the organization. Capability maturity model, CMM level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Many of the people who are in the software field will be knowing it. They said, maximum level 2 people got. Why don't you do level 4? Okay, George. And next 3 years worked. And when we went for an assessment, we got the first time in the world, in the human history, level 5. Right? That was when India was put on the world map in 1993. And then that's when India was put on the world map, and India never looked back. Right? And that's the time. Then I was called by the chairman in Chicago. He said, Sam, I heard you wanted to leave Motorola. He said, yeah, I think there's not much left. Then he said, no. You talk about horizon, I will give you a new horizon. There are 18 countries who want to set up these things. There, it is not the professional excellence, but it's the organizational excellence, management excellence. Therefore, there was a standard called Malcolm Baldrige criteria for performance excellence. It's called Baldrige Award. Said in these 18 countries, why don't you set up Baldrige Award? Anyway, another 2 years I go. About 10 countries got the Baldrige Award. Then I said, enough is enough. My horizons are not limited to only high tech. Therefore, there was something big the country was going through. That was the power problem. Produce cheapest electricity. There is one way to produce very cheap electricity by using biomass. I am not talking of a gobar gas. I am talking about a firewood. Firewood generated biomass power stations, they were there already for 2 decades. But what was the problem? People were cutting the forests for firewood. I said, why cut the forest? Why don't we grow a forest in 3 years? Again, everybody laughed. Then I purchased 4 acres of land outside Bangalore. I live in Bangalore. And in 2 acres, I grew. There are some local trees, even now they are available. They all grow in about 15, 20 feet in 2-3 years. And I called all my youngsters across the globe. I was already 60 at that time. Therefore, I called all the youngsters. I said, Bob, I want to set up a plantation company. I didn't have money. They all gave 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakhs like that. We set up a plantation company in a very third-rate land between Madurai and Rameswaram, because good lands are not available, and also there is no point in wasting good lands. What happened was We took 8 years. We learned how to grow forest in 3 years. VC community, venture capitalist community, they sat up and said, hey, what the hell is happening in India? Therefore, one of them gave the, what do you call that, $6 million in those days, that's 6 crores venture funding. I set up a power station, but then there is something I would like to tell you at this time. QRs, what are the QRs? The first thing is that you have to add value to yourself and to the ecosystem you are around in. Second one is the fire in the belly. You have to have the fire in the belly, unquenching, continuously, and relentless chasing. That is when you can go towards the horizon. A very new one, not the one everybody goes to. You can't keep doing the same job and things you're going to the horizon. Then came main lesson, no free lunch. That is the time I said, I started a plantation company, and it was great, feeling very happy. Then I was funded $6 million. It was also great. Then I set up a power company, produced power from the homegrown forest, and also sold it 400 kilometers away to Chennai to excite batteries. Everything was going on well. But then tragedy struck. Remember, folks, every success is associated with lots of failures. I had a lot of failures. This is also one of the biggest failures that my VC told me, close down the company, power company, because I could not handle the kind of corruption in the Tamil Nadu government in those days. Before, close down the company. But then I thought, I was only thinking all the time about a very large canvas of things. Why don't I do something, especially current horizon? Why don't I do myself as an individual operator? Okay. Then I was looking into 2-3 things. Some movies, I realized, romantic novels are written, romantic movies are made, war novels are written, war movies are made, social novels are written, social movies are made, thriller novels are written, no movies are made. Hardly any movies made. In the thriller novels, only at the end you will know who is the real culprit, isn't it? I said, why don't I make a movie? I was too old. I was too young. I was only 76 at that time. Therefore, I decided, okay, what do I do next? Screenplay for the thriller movies. Therefore, I sat for the next 4 years. I wrote 3 thriller novels, and they were received very well. Therefore, folks, you know the 2 lessons. One is you need to you need to add value to the society around. Second one is relentless chasing. And now I am doing that relentless chasing by writing, becoming a novelist. Therefore, I know I'll be meeting you all in the next TED because I have age on my side. I've got 19 years working life left because I'm only 81. So, thanks a lot, ladies and gentlemen. See you in the next TED conference. Bye.